Good afternoon and thank you for joining the webinar. So in today's webinar, we'll be understanding how we can declare the investments on Zoho portal. The webinar will be conducted by Priyanka Patil. So Priyanka handles the payroll activities and Remunance. So she'll take us through the Zoho portal on how we can declare the investments and under what sections, what investments need to be declared. So over to you, Priyanka.
Thank you, Ruchira. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. I am Priyanka, and today I will be taking you through how to declare your investments on Zoho Payroll portal. Before we start, if you have any questions, please send your queries to my email address, which I have mentioned in the chat box. So let's quickly start with this webinar. As you all know, we are in new financial year, that is 2024-25. It's the time to declare your investments for tax saving purpose. It's very important to declare your investments because it helps to reduce your taxable income so that it maximizes your in-hand salary. Here you need to keep few things in your mind, that you can declare your investments on the portal only when the declaration window is open. The declaration window will be open till 25th of every month. In every month, the declaration will be open from 8th to 25th. You can declare your investments from April to January month. So the tax will be calculated based upon your declaration for these months. You have to submit your actual investment proofs in Feb and March month. So for February and March, your tax will be calculated based upon the proofs submitted by you. Now let's see how to declare your investments on Zoho portal. First, you need to log into Zoho Payroll account. Once you log in, you have to click on Investment tab from the sidebar. Then, if you see here, there is a help document. If you find any difficulty while declaring your investments on portal, you can take help of this help document file. Then you have to click on this Declare Investment tab. So here you can see all the investments and you can select the investment and enter the amounts accordingly. Once you are done with the declaration, you have to click on Save and Compare Regimes. This will redirect you to the tax comparison page. Here you can see your total tax based upon your declaration as per old tax regime and new tax regime. You need to note that you can switch tax regime only once during the financial year or during ITR filing. Here you need to either opt for new tax regime or old tax regime. Once you select the regime, you have to click on Submit. Please note that you have to click on Submit, then only your declaration will get submitted for tax calculation purpose. If you don't click on Submit, your declaration will be saved as draft. So it is necessary that you click on Submit. You can also edit your declaration. To edit your declaration, the declaration window needs to be open. To edit declaration, you have to click on Edit Declaration button on this summary page. Make the necessary changes under each investment category and click on Save and Submit. You can make declaration under below categories: house rent allowance, home loan, let out property, ATC investments, ATD investments, and other investments. So let's see. Under house rent allowance, if you are living in a rented accommodation, you have to mention rental period for the current financial year, monthly rent amount, address of the rented house. You have to choose metro or non-metro city. And landlord PAN is mandatory if your annual rent is more than rupees 1 lakh. So this is how you can declare your house rent details. Next is home loan. If you are repaying home loan for self-occupied property, you have to mention principal and interest amounts. You will get these details from your loan documents. You also need to mention lender name and PAN number here. Next is let out property. If you have a let out property, you have to mention annual rent received and municipal taxes paid. If you are repaying home loan on your let out property, you have to select your option as I am repaying home loan for this property, and you need to fill the necessary details. If you have one more let out property, you have to choose option as add let out property and fill all the necessary details. Next is ATC investments. So under ATC, the maximum limit is rupees 1,50,000. Under ATC, you can declare investments for life insurance premium, public provident fund, mutual fund, tuition fees, and so on. You have to select the investment from the drop down and enter the amounts accordingly. If you want to add more investment, you have to click on add investment, select the investment from drop down and enter the amount. Here you need to note that if you are contributing towards provident fund, then the system will auto consider it as investment under section ATC. So there is no need to declare this for investment. Next is ATD investments. So under ATD, you can declare medical policies for yourself, spouse, children, and parents. You have to select the policy from the drop down and enter the amounts here. If you want to add investment, click on add investment, select the investment from the drop down and mention the amounts here. Next is other investments. So under other investments, you can declare voluntary NPS, interest paid on an education loan and medical expenditures. Again, here also you have to choose the investment from the drop down and enter the amounts here. If you want to add more investment, click on add investment button and select the investment from the drop down and mention the amounts here. So this is how you can declare for investments. Now, previous employment. If you switch job in middle of the financial year, you need to mention your previous employer details such as income after exemption, income tax, professional tax, and provident fund. You will get all these details from your tax computation sheet which you get from your previous employer. So this is how you can declare your investments on Zoho Payroll portal. And you need to note one thing, that if you have not done declaration for current financial year, the system will auto consider your last year declaration for current financial year. So if you want to edit it, you can update the necessary. So if you have any queries, you can send it to my email ID, which I have already mentioned in the chat box. So yeah, this is it. Thank you everyone for joining this webinar.